Hello, everyone. Thank you again for welcoming me into your homes. It just seems that these months are going by so very quickly. And any of you who have been following my forecast, you know that I talk about my understandings of why time seems to be going by so quickly. And I won't elaborate on it or take up the time to reiterate any of those understandings. They have been illustrated in many of my prior forecasts. I would like to talk about what I feel is some of the pertinent things that are taking place at this time right now. Many have been asking me about the experience that we're having with the Ebola virus. And, you know, certainly we do not offer any types of medical recommendations or understandings. We do things from the spiritual and the metaphysical. And one of the many reasons why it is that we do what we do is to offer alternative understandings as to what we are experiencing, certainly personally and collectively throughout humanity. You know, our Earth is very much an organism, very much so, just like our bodies. And when there is disharmony in the body, we experience dis-ease, being at a place that is not of ease. The Earth responds and reacts very much the same way. Whenever we have that experience of dis-ease in our bodies, it's because our bodies are certainly releasing toxins that are living within us. The same thing with our Earth. Also, when we live our lives in a place of disharmony, we experience dis-ease. You know, and one thing that I would certainly like to suggest to every one of us is to really recognize what it is that you're doing in your own everyday lives. Because of what it is that we are being collectively is when we experience these events in the outside world. All these experiences that take place in the outside world are really just manifestations of what takes place within each of us on the collective level. So, you know, we can always remember how we are very much instrumental in creating certainly our own experiences, but also the experiences that manifest in the outside world. And certainly we want to begin within ourselves first. We want to allow ourselves to remain very peaceful in a place of love, caring for our bodies in a way that is very loving, very natural, very holistic. And certainly we will each individually benefit from these demonstrations, but also to all of humanity will certainly benefit from what it is that we are doing personally as well. You know, we may see this experience come to an elevation over these next few weeks, maybe even the next few months. We may even also find the experience of having another sort of virus pandemic coming to the surface. Whenever we see anything like this, certainly we do not want to instill fear. We want to instill empowerment. And also, the next thing that I wanted to discuss is what I've been referring to regarding each of us empowering ourselves. The series of eclipses that we had in the last month of October, especially the solar eclipse on October 23rd, that was offering every one of us the opportunity to really empower ourselves, to move past fear and really recognize the condition of empowerment within ourselves so that we can certainly live a much more harmonious and balanced life, and again, radiate all that throughout all of humanity. So I want to just kind of reiterate that understanding and give us each the opportunity to recognize how we are really at a place where we need to recognize and understand the empowerment is within us, because we need to change and raise the vibration of our Earth so that we don't continue to see the experiences that we have been seeing that can seemingly be very unsettling. Also, since about June of 2012, the planets Uranus and Pluto have been forming what is called, in astrological terms, a square aspect. It's a 90-degree angle between the two of them. That type of energy is very creative. It has a high level of dynamicness, if you will, to it. It can also be extremely volatile and very unsettling. More importantly, that creates an element of change, very powerful change. However, when the planet Uranus is involved, Uranus is Uranus is the rebel of the zodiac, and the lower vibration of that energy is when it's demonstrating itself as being very rebellious, very much going against the norm. However, the positive side of that elevates a higher vibration, and it also brings about the experience of a higher level of awareness. Even though Uranus is the planet of rebellion, it's also the planet of of awareness. Whenever Uranus touches us in our charts, in our lives, it wakes us up. It brings us to a higher level of awareness and understand that each planet, each sign of the zodiac, it has a low vibration and a high vibration. Whenever we can recognize the higher vibration of the energies, certainly we can choose to tune into those vibrations and raise our own vibration and raise our sense of awareness. Pluto is the planet of transformation. Anyone who's had any type of Pluto influence to their charts knows exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever Pluto touches us, wherever Pluto touches us, we are never quite the same. It transforms us. It metamorphoses us. You know, and one of the things that, especially here in the United States, we're really given the opportunity, as I referred to earlier, to empower ourselves, but also to very much break away from what is no longer working for us. And again, it doesn't say, we don't suggest breaking away to be rebellious. We suggest breaking away to recognize what just does not work for us anymore, so that certainly we can move to a place of love, a place of harmony and balance. You know, there was something recently, it was kind of interesting. We just had a full moon on the 6th, which was yesterday. Today is November 7th, and the full moon was just 2 days after the elections here in the United States. And I read something recently how the people of the United States are just really not happy with the government and the choices that they've been making. And that's really giving us the opportunity to take control of our own lives, to empower ourselves, and also to know whatever anyone in a high elected official decides, whether it's a political leader, a religious leader, those decisions need not have any interference upon our well-being. And when we can recognize that we are very much in control of our own lives, every one of us has the opportunity to do that. We can certainly change our lives for the better, live peacefully, live in a place of love, and not allow any of those decisions to really interfere with our well-being. Again, this is not to say that we are to break away and create chaos and to not respect anyone in those higher positions. However, we need to recognize that we must respect ourselves, recognize our values, and live in a place of love and knowing what works very well for us, and live not from a place of self-righteousness, but from a place of self-love that will demonstrate and radiate to all of humanity. You know, we have a new moon on November 22nd. That actually, it's in the very, very early degrees of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, one of the many elements of Sagittarius study, it connects us with our higher minds and our higher selves. That energy of the new moon is receiving a very powerful influence from the planet Neptune. Neptune is most associated with our psychic faculties, our connections to the psychic realm, as well as Sagittarius, which is the higher mind. Because those energies are going to be very much triggered together, we each will be served very well to be aware of how each of us connects with our higher mind, also our psychic faculties. I'm always talking about how every one of us is very connected to the spiritual realm, excuse me. Every one of us is very psychic. Being psychic is very natural. It's just something that we are not taught to recognize for whatever reason. However, In these last few years, especially since 2004, we've become much more aware of this very natural ability that every one of us has. And like I said, just look at how many of the shows we see on television, the paranormal shows, the medium shows, how this has all come to a surface. It's because we are being given the opportunity to recognize that we are all connected to spirit. We're all connected to the psychic realm. We are all connected to those higher vibrations that are here to inspire us and guide us. At this new moon on the 22nd of November, I would suggest to be very aware of allowing yourselves to connect with your own higher mind, your own psychic intuitiveness, and allow yourself to be guided from spirit so that certainly you can make greater decisions that will benefit you, that will certainly guide you throughout whatever experience that you might be having, and to allow you to really see and become inspired by spirit and remembering and knowing that connection with the spiritual realm. So with that, I will say happy holidays to everyone. It's so hard to believe that that we are at the very beginning of the holiday season. Actually, we very much are in the holiday season. You know, it seems as though right after Halloween, we went right into the December holiday season and kind of forgot about Thanksgiving on November 27th. You know, one of the things I always say is that it would serve us very well to not only give thanks on Thanksgiving for everything that we have in our lives, but to be very grateful and to be very thankful in every day. So I will leave you with that. I will suggest to always please take care of yourselves, stay in a place of love, and I will see you again very soon. Actually, I will be at the Mystical Moon. Starting November 19th, I will be there until about December 1st, excuse me. I do believe schedule has been filling up very quickly. So if you'd like to meet with me personally, certainly talk to Lori and the girls and they will set something up. So be well and thank you very much. Namaste.